We are back. It's the Joe Holka Show presented by Line Movement. Guys, it is week 7 already. I did kind of tease that we have a hashtag announcement, but before we get there, how was everyone's week 6 overall? Did you catch the tilt space? So then you know kind of where my my headspace is at, I guess. We'll start with the smaller news item. I feel like we've been in a little bit of a rush on Sunday mornings. So we've been going live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'm thinking about making 9 a.m. a regular thing. We did that 2 weeks ago because I just wanted to go live and see what would happen, see how many people actually hit that notification bell and know randomly when I go live early. I'm still going to do that, by the way. But I think on Sunday mornings, we're going to start at 9 to give us a little bit more time before the Line Movement Show. So the Line Movement Show is at 11 a.m. Eastern time over on that channel. But I think that just like I want to have my mornings be nice and relaxed, work through everything with you guys. I don't want to be in a sprint. So I think we're going to start at 9 going forward on Sundays. So that's positive. What else? Marcus said, win again. No. I ended up getting a little over half my buy-ins back, which feels like a win. Was on some great stuff, which we'll get to in the lineup review. Basically, Derrick Henry versus Davis was the difference in my week. Could have been massive for sure. We'll get there. Who here was here for the tilt space? Because then you already know what I'm talking about. Tilt space, I love you putting them on blast about your running back choices. Yeah, so this is the thing. You can't flip-flop. If you're going to rip me, and it's normally just Leone and Peter Overs that they're just like ganging up on me for these sort of things, which is fine. I don't care. But I'm not going to let them flip-flop back and forth and then tell Peter Jennings, CSU Ram, that he did the same thing that I normally do, and they're just praising him for his lineup when I just got ripped for doing the same exact thing. It's tough seeing. Okay, so let's get to the hashtag announcement here. It's something that I probably should have done weeks ago, honestly. It's something that if anyone's been around for a while, back to the Twitch days, one of the things that we did really prioritize was having a lot of conversation in the Discord chat, doing a bunch of different types of contests and DraftKings contests and that sort of thing. Twitch makes it really easy. Like if you're a Twitch subscriber, you basically can unlock channels in the Discord chat. It's really seamless. It's not any extra work for me. So I've been trying to figure out the best way to do that by using YouTube now. And I think I found a solution that will work really well for everyone. So we do have a Patreon now. And don't freak out or anything like that. Literally going to make it $1 per month. And basically what this will do is if you subscribe for $1 a month, literally 25 cents a week, you'll get access to a bunch of premium stuff, including the Discord chat. But this is what the benefits include. So you'll have access to the Discord. If no one's ever had Discord before, it's basically like a Slack chat or a WhatsApp or whatever it is. It's just a way to organize different conversations. You can also do specific streams in there, which is really cool. So we'll have that. We'll do, obviously, we'll be linking to an exclusive weekly DraftKings contest. So it's $1, guys. I'm not doing this to make money. All the profits, obviously, they take a little bit off the top. All of the profits are just going to go right back into contests. Like I just want to get like the core group of people that really care about being involved in our community. I want them to get involved a little bit deeper, and we'll get some chat going throughout the week. So I think that will be a really positive thing that, quite honestly, I shouldn't have let go down, like kind of by the wayside this year anyway. We had 1,000 people in the Discord chat last year. People don't realize that. We had a huge group of people that wanted to come in and talk about football every week. So I want to get this going again. I want to do a contest with you guys every week. So we'll do an exclusive DraftKings tournament. It says prizes TBD on here. What we're going to do to start is I'm going to give away a $20 Amazon gift card for whoever wins this tournament. I don't know how many people are going to be in it yet. We'll see. We'll see how many people want to get $1 out per month, 25 cents per week to make this happen. So it'll be really cool. We'll get that contest, the winning lineup I'll review live on stream every Monday. So literally a week from now, I'll be reviewing one of the Patreon lineups on stream directly after mine, which will be really fun. Also going to do kind of like a sweat room. We're going to have a red zone on, and we're going to be kind of just sweating games as a community. We'll get to kind of, I guess, tilt at the same time in chat, which would be cool. Like if anyone has ever had like a group of friends that they can text while the games are going on, it is so much fun. It's so much fun to be, and I do the same thing with Peter and Leone for the record. Like we're chatting back and forth all day, big plays, terrible. Like guys, literally someone was just talking about how Montgomery was stopped at the 1 last week. That's the kind of stuff we can go back and forth and just get to know everyone that's normally here. Like it shouldn't just be in the chat on the live stream. So you guys will get to know each other in here for that, which will be really cool. Also, something that I want to do, I get that it's $1, but I still want to try and find ways to bring you guys value, right? If you are going to take the time to get into the Discord, to just interact, all that stuff, I'm going to be doing either a 15 to 30 minute live stream only on Discord. Like it won't be on YouTube. No one will find it on YouTube. It's not going to be on a podcast, nothing. It's going to be right before lock. So like basically my timeline is directly after the Line Movement YouTube show. I go and I build some lineups with Leone and with Overzet for the Tilt Space lineups. So we do that. Takes us about 30 minutes or so, sometimes a little bit longer. So directly after that, I'm just going to hop on. There's like video channels that you can do in Discord. I'm just going to hop on that and I'll just like screen share exactly what I'm doing. You guys can help us like kind of piece together like that final news, like roster construction. There's a lot of times that like even on Sunday mornings, guys, like 9 a.m., like 9 to 11, that's like when the research, we're talking through the plays, all that stuff. There's still lineup building that happens after that. So I want you guys that are true Holkamaniacs to actually be here for the very end, like right up until lock. I'll just be in there hanging out. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more chaotic, but I think that it'll be super valuable, even if it's just 15 minutes. If there's anything that I've kind of changed my mind on since the stream, the Patreons will be the ones that see that. Let's go through a little bit of a recap here from last week. So I'm going to start on DraftKings, and this is the Juke. So this is a tournament that I play a lot of weeks. It's one of those 3 max tournaments that's structured very well. It is a relatively small field as well, which I typically try and target in a perfect world, right? So it's only 347 people. Kind of that sweet spot in the 3 max is probably closer to that 250 range, but I do like this tournament a lot. I was fortunate enough to cast one of these entries. But the big thing, and again, if you haven't followed along with everything we have going on at linemovement.com and the Tilt Space, I would love it if you would join us at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday. And the reason that I bring it up is the video that's live on YouTube right now on the Line Movement channel is our Line Movement Tilt Space video, but we had a special guest this past week. Sigmund Bloom was not the guest. I don't even know why I said that. CSURAM88 was the guest, and he was actually able to take down this tournament and a bunch of other tournaments that we're going to talk about with basically the same lineup that I played, but one key difference. Instead of Mike Davis, Peter was able to just play the big dog Derrick Henry. So that was my big, 1v1 on this lineup. So just looking at this team, Cousins, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and Irv Smith, bringing it back with Julio Jones on the other side of this game that we really liked from a game environment perspective. So a main stack with a guy like Cousins who is not going to be able to run a ton. Definitely think you want to try and err on the side of just overstacking it. Julio Jones on the other side of it at 6,700. 9% owned in this tournament, which is even a little bit higher than I thought it would be overall. We both had Gaskin and Dolphins D, which was pretty popular. But also David Montgomery is just a great way to save salary. Was stopped at the 1 in this one also. And then Derrick Henry, of course, at 7,300, the same price as Mike Davis in my lineup. But shout out to Pete. He was able to basically take down everything on DraftKings. If you're on Twitter, CSURAM88, a 300K profit day for Peter. Not a bad week overall, man. So congrats to Pete. Unfortunate, I guess, that a lineup that was this strong overall was just tanked by, what most people thought was one of the more safe or strongest raw points play on the slate with Mike Davis. So maybe I should have considered Derrick Henry a little bit more in this spot. There was a couple of things here, like maybe you don't play 2 running backs in the same game, even if they both catch passes. Maybe you don't do that. Or maybe you try and leverage all the people that are playing Tannehill, playing A.J. Brown, and then you just play Derrick Henry to try and flip the game script on his head there. So I think that's the argument in favor of not even just the results, but just the way that Peter kind of constructed this lineup. It's possible Derrick Henry just made more sense overall. So I'll try and do better in terms of that going forward. A couple of my other teams, someone mentioned this one earlier in the chat. Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, Did have Darren Fells in this one, brought it back with A.J. Brown. This is actually one of the few A.J. Brown shares that I had. He was so chalky across the industry that I tried to get a little bit different. But yeah, the other side of this game, we talk about mini stacks a little bit, but Allen Robinson, Mooney, and Mike Davis. This one was tanked by basically the Alexander Madison and Vikings correlation, which was kind of unfortunate overall. But I thought it was a well-constructed team. Getting Deshaun Watson, Fuller, and Darren Fells at like sub 10% ownership for most of those guys kind of made it realistic, I think, for me to have A.J. Brown on the other side. This last lineup didn't do so hot, but Cam Newton, paired him with Damiere Byrd, just a little bit of a skinny stack there. And then I tried to have some unique correlation the rest of the way. So Eric Ebron, I paired him with Juju Smith-Schuster and Kareem Hunt on the other side in this Cleveland and Pittsburgh game. Obviously, in theory, you want to kind of attack Cleveland in the slot where Juju does his majority of his work. So I thought that was interesting. And then another mini stack, Carolina and Mike Davis with David Montgomery, I thought was relatively sharp overall. Washington and their defense just kind of fit, like a little bit of a pay up to be contrarian at 3,300. Didn't quite get there against Daniel Jones, which I thought was pretty surprising overall. So not a great showing from this team, but I still think that the correlation was relatively strong. The big, I guess, concern was a 1v1 from, splitting this tournament with Peter for about 17K or so. And then obviously this team and a bunch of other stuff besides just the juke. Could have been a massive week overall, but we move forward. It is week 7. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your best and worst play was in week 6. And let me know if you'd like to see more of these lineup reviews going forward. Toss a like on this video. Hopefully we'll see you on the next live stream, Mondays, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time, but also on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. We are going to be moving that a half an hour earlier.